Doo-dee-doo-doo-doo.
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe.
Good morning, Valhalla! Project Cambridge! The Mad Dr. Undertaker Outlaw! Walter Tomascu! Dave G. Sound! The Wrench of Wrenches, Chris Perda! The other great wrench, Eric Kane! The Wicked Wrench of the East, Project Storm! Mark the Infinitely Tired! James Doctor! Gary Banker Sandwich Worthington! Pacific 414! Florida Boobax Cuba! Anthony! Roll Tide, Keely Chow! June 1. Mephisto's Movie Reviews. Skull and Tuck and Roll with Snowda. Axel. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Holy Shit. I didn't think you were going to be here.
Okay, I wasn't. But here's the deal. I brought my son's laptop, which is like, it's the first one he had, so it's a dinosaur. And I brought my headphones. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work, but I brought them and I didn't think I was going to be able to bring them. But anyway, I'm going to try this. If I get kicked and I can't come back in, it is what it is. And I got to go downstairs about 3 minutes till 10. And I got to move my car because all the damn lots around here are 2 hours parking. So all residents have to move their cars every 2 damn hours from 8 to 6. So anyway, but I'm going to try this. If it works, great. Hey, y'all, I'm in Virginia. Yay, Sensei.
Hashtag blame Avalon 19.
Yep, Avalon 19. You sound good.
Oh, it's been infecting everything lately. What does it sound okay?
Sounds great.
Hear me all right?
Yep.
Oh, okay, good. For a minute there, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't hear y'all. I think my headphones just died."
No,
anyway,
no, we can hear
Good morning,
you.
y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
How's the weather in Virginia?
Good morning. It's beautiful. Oh my god, it's much cooler up here than it was than in Georgia when I left. But yeah. Oh, hey, Stig. Yes, like on Naboo. But it's beautiful up here. I love Virginia, y'all. I love the city. It's awesome. And I'm just drinking my coffee and trying to wake up.
Yeah, Loki got coffee this morning.
No,
I think Loki's
Okay,
gonna
we
do.
have to be on a delay because I still can't hear y'all.
Dave
Okay.
has always got coffee. Can you hear me now?
Good. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I think
I'm
think
not
she
kidding.
is on a little
This
bit of
laptop's
delay.
a dinosaur, so yeah, I think I am. And if it's too bad, just kick me from the studio. I won't take it personally. If it's like, damn, this
you're
delay is
good.
holding up the whole
No.
stream.
You sound
Give
good.
me the boot. Okay.
Oh God, the
I'll
boot.
just listen today. I'll just sit back and listen.
Dave Bob would
The
be
boot.
like, do boot, 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 boot.
Yeah, I'll be beating that dog's butt.
How am I being naughty? I'm being naughty. Yeah, coffee.
Hey, Snorty.
Snickers coffee.
How
Oh, I
many of
can't
y'all
put it
been
on the
watching that new
comments. Hang on. I
series,
can't see. There we
Beacon
go.
23?
I haven't, not yet.
No, not yet.
It's got Lena Headey in it.
No, I watched House of Dragon for like the 5th time the other day. But yeah. Oh, really?
The only-
She's good. Wait,
Yeah,
no, she's not the one I'm
the only
thinking of.
problem is-
No.
The only problem with Lena Headey right now in that series is she turned 50. And I don't know what it is about women when they turn 50, they decide that they need some kind of treatment for their lips that make them look like, they blew up.
What's the
I
show
went through
called?
that phase actually in my 30s, in my early 30s.
Beacon 23. They actually have a picture of her.
Well, it just started a couple weeks ago. I think they've only got I watched 2 episodes. I think they come out on Friday, so there should be a new one today. Interesting premise. Don't know exactly what's going to go on or anything, but they got some pretty neat tech.
Oh yeah, okay. I was thinking the right one. Okay. I was at first when I got excited, then I thought, oh God, is he talking about Lena Dunham? Ew. No, Lena Headey. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she called Madonna and said she wants her lips back.
Yeah. Madonna called her.
Yeah, Madonna called her. Sorry, everybody. The joke went south.
Yeah, Sarah Connor. Yeah, TV Sarah Connor.
They don't look too bad.
I don't know. She was
That
great
was a good
in
series. I was pissed
the
when they didn't
300.
renew it.
There you go. So lips there. I don't know. She's got kind of poofy and super poofy.
Boom! Looked like somebody smacked her right in the mouth.
But
are you ready for your collagen injection, Miss Lena?
I've seen them worse.
Well, she's not as bad as some, but I mean, I don't get it. It's not
Because
like
women
that.
like to stay looking pretty, Dave Bob, and gravity is not good to us sometimes, and that includes our lips. Everything else goes south, but the lips just fit out. So, women like to look pretty, and I guess she thinks it looks pretty. So, but
I'd rather see thin lips than that. That's for sure.
Stig says she was superb in Dread. Yeah, playing Mama.
Yes.
All those scars.
She was. She was great in that.
Absolutely. Skin him, throw him over the balcony. Skin him alive and throw him over the balcony. Like it was nothing.
And she immortalized Cersei. I know Cersei is just a tweaked piece of work, but I can't help but sometimes go, you're kind of badass and I like you. I know, but I loved her in Game of Thrones.
The mountain.
Good Lord. It's a big dude.
And she's tiny. Like a baby.
Like a baby. Get in my belly.
Evil. What an evil woman. Absolutely evil woman.
Yeah. She does that real well. She can play an evil character very well.
Yes, she can. I don't know why they don't make more. You know what? If you're going to make a chick a villain, this is where you need to start in the basis, because it's not like she was like, oh my God, she's like so powerful. She was manipulative. She was evil. You want to talk about like evil queens? This is the evil queens. This is what you want to make your evil queen after. You don't want to make her after that joke that was on whatever it was. And we lost her.
Oh, well. She'll either be back or she won't. I think she was having some lag issues.
She was. It says she kept getting the circle of death. He kept like trying to kick her. So we lost Arwen. She comes back. If not, she's gonna pop in chat. So thank you, Arwen, for trying so very much. I didn't expect that. We didn't expect
Have a good time, but sweetness.
That's right. Enjoy your vacation. Tell you what, vacations. Who wants to go on a vacation?
I really didn't expect her.
Thank you, Arwen, so much.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for trying.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that, but we very much appreciate it. The lady, Arwen Avalon, ladies and gentlemen.
Suffering from Avalon 19.
Just lost your membership. Oh, Penny, would you hear? I'm sorry. I don't know why. You're still a member. You might not be green, but you're Valhalla. Just as much Valhalla as any of us. Oh, we love you too. Snickers. I'm gonna start calling her Snickers.
Snickers.
Holy crap. All right. We're not going to start naming the women after candy bars
this morning.
Okay. So how many times, anybody out there, answer me this. Answer me this, okay? How many times have you heard any of these studios, from Disney to Fox to Warner Brothers, Paramount, say, you know what? We made a mistake and we're going to do our best to fix it? How often have you heard that?
Never.
Well, you're about to. So, this is an article that I found over at Bounding the Comics. Netflix film boss Scott Stuber admits company did not focus on quality. Promises a course correction. They're going to slow down their production, and they're going to ensure quality over quantity. This is by John F. Trent on November 13th, 2023. Chairman of Netflix admitted the company was not focusing on quality, but put an emphasis on quantity as competitors ramped up their own streaming services. He admitted the model was churning out as much as they could, regardless of quality. We were growing a new studio. We've only been doing this for a few years, and we were up against 100-year-old companies. So you have to ask yourself, what is your business model? And for a while, it was just making sure we had enough. We had to have volume. Why did they do this? Because companies like Disney, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Paramount were pushing their own version of this, and the industry was pointing towards whoever has the most is going to be in the best position. So this explains very much, ladies and gentlemen, even if Paramount won't admit it, even if Disney won't admit it, even if HBO won't admit it, when you watch something like, let's just pick something out of a hat. When you watch something like Halo on Paramount, and you're like, how in the Lord's name did they come up with this just horrible series? This is why. And they won't admit it. They're just going to put a tag on it and say, the most groundbreaking series of the year, because they want your attention and they want you to sub. It's all
Yep.
click.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the worst part about it is there is so little thought put into it because they're just churning stuff out that, you know, the quality is so low that nobody can even stand it. Halo, that it had some, don't get me wrong, it had some fair CGI in it, you know, and a few things like that. But God, the content was such crap.
They don't respect it, and they don't respect Star Trek either. Eli hits the nail right on the head. They don't respect their IPs. They're just trying to push out as much as possible, as fast as possible. And now at least someone is admitting the failure. And yes, they did hire Sweet Baby to help make the scripts diverse and inclusive to minority fifis. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
That is another victim of Sweet Baby Inc. So the Esper, why he said it was clear that these companies were about to take their own movies back and keep them in their own ecosystem. We had to go all over the world buying as much as we could to make sure we had the volume our customers were used to seeing.
Well, that's all fine and good if you have quality stuff, if you can, you know, get quality stuff or even produce it yourself. But you've got to have someone that is looking over this stuff and asking, who is this being made for? Because a lot of that stuff they had was not being made for anybody.
That's right. Peli says, I think part of the sea change at Netflix was the turnaround the studio that made Cowboy Bebop into one piece. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop was horrible. Cowboy Bebop was absolutely horrible. They got so much backlash for how terrible that was. You've got to make quality. It's quality over quantity. And they have to learn that. They have to learn that people want quality entertainment. They don't want trash. CW went from semi-quality. Yeah, this has problems, but I watch it. I liked Smallville back in the day. Arrow started out real good and turned into 50 Shades of Arrow, and then Girl Power Arrow, and then
Yeah,
it
the
just got
first
worse.
season or two of Flash was pretty good, and then it went to crap. Supergirl was always crap.
So, well, that came over from CBS originally. That wasn't even on CW.
Oh yeah, I know, but CW, I believe, and at the time was under CBS's banner, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was before the CBS Paramount merger, I believe. Mephisto says these Eppers have such a huge amount of volume in their vaults. They could have used that, but they won't do it because it's old, problematic.
You're talking about Disney there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what, a lot of that old stuff, I don't know why they think it's so problematic. Every time they still put it out there sometimes, but they always have those big warning banners, you know, on it and everything. And I'm sitting there thinking, God, I watched that when I was 5, 6 years old. It didn't, warp me.
No. And but they also don't want you to believe in the concepts those shows were talking about. So, did you ever see the 90s Star Trek Masterpiece set?
No,
Card set?
no.
Got we got the entire set a couple weeks ago. And one of the last cards in the deck is Kirk kissing Uhura. They want to act like that things like that never happen because it goes against the narrative that they're trying to push out.
Oh yeah, like they're way behind the times. Star Trek was always right on the cutting edge socially and everything, but they didn't just try to cram anything down your throat. They used analogies and different races and stuff like that to picture some of the social injustices that were going on at the time, but it wasn't so in your face like it is now.
Ghost Rider says, since being hired by Ripperverse, I've had 2 former colleagues in Hollywood try to contact me. I'm the opposite of what they normally hire. They're trying to get me back. Shit is dire.
Well, good for you. Sticking to your guns.
So, I mean, I you know what? At least they're admitting it. He admits that, the company favored quantity and volume over quality in the past, but also promising that they're going to course correct and put the focus on quality. I don't know. He's promised higher quality films. It's reducing its film output. He details that the company will shrink their film output from 50 movies annually to between 25 and 30. They're also going to reduce what they're doing with television. So did you see Triple Frontier?
I don't even know what that is.
So it's got Pedro Pascal, Charlie Hunnam, Ben Affleck, Garrett Hedlund. It's a military movie. It was all right.
Didn't see that one. I'm waiting on Reacher come out next month.
Oh yeah. Yeah, who's excited for Reacher? Throw 1 in chat if you're excited for Reacher. Who saw the preview for that and was like, yeah. Batwoman broke ass. Batwoman broke itself.
Yeah, Batwoman broke everybody. That was the most cringe-inducing thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so bad that it actually broke the movie.
Now I can agree with this, Bear Beard Whiskers, and I want to see the quality. I'm just kind of shocked that they would admit this, because it has been the way in Hollywood in the entertainment industry to not say anything about any kind of failure.
Well,
and if they do, it's your failure as an Yahtzee viewer and not their failure. They've always blamed you. They've always pointed their finger at you and say, you're the problem. They've said, you know what? This movie isn't made for stinking men. And then said, why aren't the men coming to see it? Oh, because they're ists.
If you don't like my politics, don't watch my movies.
Dork Knight with a $5 super chat. What's up, Dork Knight? He says, I'm sure you've covered this, but I haven't been able to watch in a while. What's your opinion on Loki season 2? I loved it. That's what the Dark Knight says. For
I didn't even watch it because I was so disappointed in the first season.
So I got a call. From a buddy before season 2 came out. Yes, Loki does know a couple of people that have some backgrounds, and was told that a buddy of his that worked on the series told him he had to watch it. He says, you may not like all of it, but the ending will be a much better ending than what you got in. That intrigued me. As far as I'm concerned, the entire Sylvie arc is trash. It's trash. I hate her. I absolutely hate her. She's an unsufferable twat waffle. Sorry if that offends anybody out there, but she is. She's an unsufferable twat waffle. Owen Wilson did a good job. I loved seeing Short Round. I love seeing him in anything.
The very best thing in that first season of Loki was when Loki, the old Loki, was in there really showing his powers off.
The Dark Knight, the entire thing with Loki fighting her for however long he was fighting her, and her beating his ass for like 300 years consecutively, and then him talking to her and her being like, you're asking my permission to stop me. No, I'm going to kill him. All that they had to do was, all that she had to do was give a little. And it's like, I don't have to give a little because I'm a woman. I don't have to give a little because I'm a woman. And that shows exactly what Marvel is and where Marvel is. I hated all that. I mean, inject her from the whole thing. Get rid of her. Get rid of her. She beat his ass, dude. He wouldn't fight her. He wouldn't commit. He wouldn't go on it. I mean, you could say he let her win, but he just wouldn't commit. And it was, and that talk with Kang, where Kang's like, you know what? You're gonna have to do it. You're just gonna have to do it. Quit trying to avoid it. You're gonna have to do it. After she treated him like that, after she treated Loki the way she did, she's not attractive. She's not mischievous. It's not Lady Loki. It's the Enchantress that is the bitchiest bitch of the bitchiest enchantress to ever enchantress. Yeah. So the time stuff, yes. There's a little bit in that last episode that I like. Most of it, except for I liked what Owen did, and I like Short Round. The Short Round stuff, I mean, it's your fault, Dr. Jones. I loved it. It was, that, but the 99% of it, I couldn't stand. So that's just me. And I'm glad you liked it. I am, Dorton. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I am. If someone can find joy and entertainment out of this stuff, more power to you. I'm glad at least. No time for love, Dr. Jones. Yes. Absolutely. They just, I don't think they really realized. I don't think they really realized what quite they were doing. I think if they sat down and they said, you know what, in season 2, we need to find a way to give Loki a better walk off the stage. They succeeded in that. But that's all they succeeded in, to me. Yeah, definitely Dark Knight. Oh yeah, I'd talk about it. I'm not, is it like cover worthy? I would have hated covering it on a weekly basis. I would have. So I wasn't even gonna watch it. I even got the call from my good brother, who also has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna keep it quiet because he does, call me up every once in a while. And he's like, "Hey, this is what's going on," and he has his ear in tune with the industry. He does know people. He's got a good channel. I just don't want to throw him under the bus that he told me something that maybe he shouldn't have told me. Good guy though, really good guy.
I honestly don't even. I don't even remember the last thing I watched off of Disney. Honestly,
And go ahead.
I haven't watched anything that is dealing with Kang, like the the Ant-Man movie and all of that. Haven't watched that. Sure as
Well,
shit.
apparently he's gone.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
they
hear.
they did kill off the one of the kings in the end of season 1 of Loki.
Yeah, I watched
Um,
season 1. I did watch season 1, which was the big setup for Kang in the Marvel universe.
Well, Kang's done. So the team that was going to do the Avengers Kang movie, they have all been let go. They're all moving to different projects. So the big news has been we're all pretty much 99.9% sure that movie's not happening and they're going to change it. The Kang Dynasty movie is dead.
Yeah.
They've moved everybody off of the project. So anybody that was working on pre-production, anybody that was working on writing, directing, anything, they're all being moved to different projects.
Yeah. But from what I see, they're going all in on the new Avengers, which looks like it's just another girl power thing. Maybe
Oh, yeah.
have one guy in it, just
Speaking of girl power, did you see the trailer for Madam Web?
oh my God.
Dakota
That was the most
Johnson,
horrible looking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Sydney Sweeney, Celeste O'Connor, Isabella Merced, and Tahar Rahim.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know, It's like when
Have
you're
you seen the
gonna
director?
no.
I'll show you.
I want
Surprise,
nothing
surprise.
to
You're gonna
do
be.
with that. I want
You're gonna
nothing
be.
to do with that.
Here she is. So her credits include Doctors, Casualty, EastEnders, Footballers' Wives, and Life on Mars.
Life on Mars. I don't
So
know.
she's written or she's directed for Heroes, House, Dexter, and Ugly Betty.
Early Dexter, or the one that came out last
Early
year.
Dexter. Early Dexter. She co-created the British series Mistresses. 2019, a prequel show to Game of Thrones was announced for HBO, with Clarkson attached to direct and executive produce the pilot, in addition to being involved in the creation of the series. The show, reportedly entitled Blood Moon, took place 5,000 years before the main series and starred Naomi Watts in the lead role. The pilot has reportedly been shot, but the show was subsequently shelved at HBO, which means it was so
I wonder
bad.
why.
It
Kind of
means
like
it was
the
so
very
bad.
first episode of the first episode they shot for Game of Thrones, that they changed everything in it and all the actors and everything else.
Yeah. So she did 2 episodes of Bad Girls, 37 episodes of Doctors, 4 episodes of Casualty. She's got 2 episodes of Heroes. I don't remember. That was 2009 to 2010. I don't remember
Well,
those episodes.
the second season on Heroes is what killed the show. That was during the writer's strike, I believe.
Yep. And Dexter was 2009, 2011. Hello, Dexter Morgan. Once
Yep.
Upon a Time and the Angel of Death. So she did
Yeah.
3 episodes of Dexter. She did 1 episode of House. I'm going to see what else is like. I mean, I don't really, besides that, I mean, Collateral, 4 episodes. I don't even remember that in 2018. She did 2 episodes, Jessica. I mean, there's like some TV here, maybe a couple of episodes that are good. Is what's here? Let me ask you guys something, and you answer me this. What is here that says this person, whether it be a man or a woman, I'd be hard on either one of them. What has she done to deserve an opportunity making a multi-million-dollar movie? Please raise your hand if you know what she's done. That would be like, you know what? We want her on our multi-million-dollar movie. Anybody?
I got nothing.
Anybody? I don't either. And I'm gonna compare it to. Give me just a second.
Well, the
Sharing
problem,
this.
the problem I have with a lot of what's going on is they hire people just basically no reason. They hire unqualified people just because they want to be more diverse. Now, I have nothing against diversity. I have nothing against women directors and writers and that, but you got to bring the heat. You got to bring the ability to actually do the job. If you're just gonna sit in the writer's room or whatever and just not do anything, just try to get by, because you're a diversity hire, what good are you?
So here we go. This is director Nia DaCosta. Y'all might remember her. She made a little movie called The Marvels.
Well, it's all our fault that the movie failed because we're all racists and whatever.
This is her. This is her job history. This is who they turned a multi-million-dollar movie over to and said, yeah, we trust you. Write it, direct it, bring it to life. How many movies do you see here? How many movies do you see here? Anybody? I've been 6 movies. They turned a multi-million-dollar superhero movie over to someone who hasn't done it. All I kept hearing was Candyman, 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 Candyman. Candyman. Let's take a look at Candyman 2021. All right. It grossed 77 million worldwide against $25 million budget. So they spent $25 million, double that, right? It was filmed during the pandemic. So, oh my God, it's praise. We must praise you for making a movie that actually made money during the pandemic. It made like 20 million. So it made a third over its cost. If you double for word of mouth and all that shit. Advertisement.
Whatever.
So this is it. This is the only thing she has done that has been semi-successful. Screenplay by Jordan Peele. 3 writers. So yes, it says she wrote it, but she was just a part of the writing team. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is that's her big one. Tell me what else. Black Girl Dies Last Night. She was director, she was writer, she was not a producer, but she also acted in it. Night and Day.
Isn't that the one with Cruz and what's her face? Cameron Diaz.
Career. You would think it would be like top of the list, but you can't click on it. So it is it that Night and Day?
I don't know.
Night and Day. Since it won't let me click on it.
Time frame looks about right.
No. 2013. I can't even find it. Tom Cruise. Someone ought to know. June Wong with $5 Australian super chat. Diversity sucks. I say we should drop the big one and the world in an all-American place. Okay. We can do that. Want to do that, Dave Bum? I think
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. Business, Jerry Maguire. Let's see, Vanilla Sky. Where is it? No, it's not the same movie. Because the Night and Day is spelled with a K, and hers was with an N. It's not Night and Day, and she's not a part of that. So, yeah, not the same movie. Maybe that's where Disney screwed up. Oh my God, Night and Day. I love that movie. Let's hire her.
Riding somebody's coattails in, and you got on the wrong bus.
Thank you so very much, June Wong, and thank you, Dork Knight. You guys keep the fires burning bright here on Valhalla, and this one is just for you, gentlemen. We're going to throw you $1. Score!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take that off, boy.
Boy, that's a dollar bill.
So what's the point of this, Loki? What's the deal? These people are not qualified. These people are not qualified for multi-million-dollar movies. So Loki, why are they getting them? And get a load of this. DaCosta, supposedly, the rumor is that she made as much money to do the Marvels as James Cameron did for Avatar. I will say that again. She made as much money for the Marvels as James Cameron did for Avatar because Disney believes in equality in your paycheck. She probably doesn't ever have to work again. Not if she doesn't want to. Or she can just buy a big $1 million mansion. Mephisto's movie reviews. What? Why do you think that the budget for the Marvels is so huge? I mean, it's a $300 million budget. And that's before advertising. That's before Disney pushing the movie. That's before Disney getting the movie out there. Why do you think they spent so much money on that movie? Because everybody's got to be equal.
Well, all I can say about that is from what I understand, it's got to get somewhere up around 800 million before it even breaks even. And it ain't going to make it, folks. It ain't going to make it.
No, and it's not going to be anywhere near. It's not going to be
They're
anywhere
going
near.
to lose millions upon millions upon millions of dollars.
Penny said BL made $5 million for the Marvels. BL. It's on pace for a $300 million loss. That was enforced financial requirement to do nothing but placate a group, Dave G. Sound. Oh, I agree. I absolutely, positively agree. 100%. Cameron had a long list of hits under his belt, opposite of DaCosta. Time to stop using a chat box to cast directors. I agree. And they're not going to admit that they made that mistake.
Look, back in the late 60s, when they started giving younger directors like Spielberg and Lucas and all of them a chance, they mentored them, and they also, brought them under their wing and kind of taught them. They didn't just go out and just hire you just because you check this box or you check that box. They hired, they let them go into the bigger projects after they proved that they could do something, that they knew what they were doing, that they had the ability to, carry those type of movies and stuff. They didn't just give it to them.
No, and like when you talk about Cameron, they took a chance on Cameron when he did Terminator, and that wasn't that they didn't have.
That was a
They
small
weren't
movie.
putting. That was a small movie with a small budget. When Fox gave him Aliens, they didn't know how he was going to do everything he said he was going to do with the budget he had. You're going to make an army of these things that are going to be attacking Marines, and this time it's war. They had him under a microscope with the dailies. That's one of the things he said was the worst part about doing that movie was he was under a microscope and they were watching every move he made. It wasn't well, we trust you completely, go forth and make this badass movie. No, they wanted a huge return on their investment. He told them he could give it to them, and they wanted to get paid. And he got creative, ladies and gentlemen. They had 4 of those suits, and they had 2 backups. You never see more than 4 aliens on screen at the same time. In Aliens, you're like, but Loki, nah. What about that scene where they're all in the command room? 4 aliens. What about that scene where they're coming out of the walls? They're coming out of the damn walls, man. 4 aliens. He did all of that with 4 suits, 4 alien suits. When you think about that, when you think about the fact that they did that the way they did it, it's absolutely, positively amazing what he did.
Well, there used to be a lot more creative ability to use what you had. I mean, movies can be made for a lot less than they are now. But, the big studios like Disney and whatever, all they do is just throw money at it. They don't, try to, get people to be within a budget or anything. They just don't care.
And Adega got it. He got what he did. He used the radar. They're all around us, man.
Yep.
Yeah, they can't be, Ripley grabs it and she's like, they can't be all around. And she's looking at it and she's turning around. She's like, oh my God, it's an army. They gave you every sense that they were surrounded and they were all going to die from hundreds of aliens coming after them. But they never give you that. But what they do give you is so good that you believe it and you're there and you're hooked. That is movie magic. That is movie magic. Scarcity breeds creativity. Ghost Rider. That is movie magic, guys. That is how you make an enemy that is so powerful that your mind is making them that way while you're watching the movie. Yeah, the imagination. Thank you, Punk Waddle. The imagination is a powerful tool that people with CGI seem to forget exists. And acting. Thank you, Zed.
Yeah, having a good actor, to sell something is a godsend. And honestly, in Hollywood anymore, there's very few that can do that.
And the angles, the camera, everything he did was there to inspire your imagination and make you think there was monsters in every corner, the tight crawl spaces, the
it was
dark.
So claustrophobic.
Yeah. And it's if you ever get the chance, guys, I've said this before, I know, but if you ever get the chance, watch how they make that movie. Go into special. It is an absolute blast watching the special features, like how the walls of the compound. you see these almost like squares in the walls of the compound. Those are the backs of TV sets. So they went to a factory and they were looking basically for scrap. And they went to this factory that used to make TVs that had shut down. And they had thousands of these backs of the TV. And they were like, and they said, we're just gonna grab this stuff and we're gonna use it. We're gonna use it to make the walls. We're gonna use it to make stuff on the ship. Then they did. They used that stuff over and over and over again to make shit in the movie. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. This is when you had to get inventive to make a movie, and you had to make it on a budget. Your costs couldn't balloon out double because, oh, you know what? We did our dailies, and the SJW overlords that say we can't do this and this, they say we need to remake half the movie. And they're winking at you the whole time. You know, like we're going to give you more work to do, and you're going to give us more work to do, and we're all going to get paid more because you're going to have to remake half the movie. And then costs balloon out, and you end up with a $300 movie that should have cost you under $100 million. Because you had to go back and you had to do rewrites and reshoots 3 times on every movie you're making. You know what? I think the guys over at Fox were dicks. I think they deserved to get fired because they pulled the corporate BS on movies and were like, this is the way we want it. This is what we're doing, blah, 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 blah. You know what? We don't care what the director wants. We don't care what the writer wants. We don't care about none of this stuff. We're going to do it the corporate way. And they screwed up franchises. Just look at Alien 3. They screwed with franchises. They screwed around and found out. And we're like, we just want the movie out. And this is when we want it out. And this is how long we want it to be. So you're never going to get what you want, Mr. Director. They screwed him over. And that's all corporate nonsense. And they deserved to lose their damn studio. They did. They effed around and they found out. I wish they hadn't lost it to Disney. I wish someone else would have bought it. But they screwed around too many times with good movies and they found out. But guys, at least they got you a movie out with the budget where it didn't balloon out to 3. And so if it did lose, didn't lose huge. Hey guys, let's try and at least break even for God's sakes, because we got to make money on these things. Give the people what they want. Now they don't care what you want. Because money don't matter.
Well, apparently
none of it matters. They can spend as much as they want. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, and it's coming back now to bite them in the ass, especially over at Disney. Disney's the epitome of ballooning budgets and not getting what they're paying for. They're basically just throwing money into a big old hole and just flinging in about 2 or 3 gallons of gasoline and a trip flare.
Yeah, and for what? For what? So they can say that they did it? Because it's certainly not to make money. They're not trying to make money. If they were trying to make money, they would have fixed this crap already.
They have lost so much money this year on films. I don't, other than Avatar, which they didn't actually make. They're just paying Cameron for that to show it. So they're not they didn't make the movie. He did, and the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 made some money, but other than that, I don't think anything's made any money for them this year.
No, they're in a hole. Bearbeard Whiskers with $5.95 super chat. Thank you so very much, my friend. He says Marxism and imagination or creativity can't coexist with each other.
Got that right.
Can't, especially when you live in a world where you are told if you comment on it, if you comment on our media propaganda, you're an Eastern Obier Yahtzee.
Yep, and they'll fire your ass.
Oh yeah, and
If you don't-
DaCosta just came out and said that you're the reason why this is doing so terrible. You are violent, ists, oves, and Yahtzees. You're horrible people. Anyone that criticizes her movie is an ist and virulent, violent, and racist and sexist and homophobic. It's all the keywords right there. They added virulent and violent on top of the usual ists, obes, and Yahtzees.
Standard playbook, Hollywood.
So let's see. Hold on.
You know, after a while, those words don't mean anything anymore. I mean, they literally don't mean jack shit because they throw them around so often that nobody even thinks about it anymore. I mean,
This
those
is your
used to be some pretty nasty terms to use against people.
Thank you so much, Bear Beard Whiskers, for your $5.95 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright. Here in Valhalla, I don't have one with a bear, but I do have one with an elf. Let's go!
You're a very funny man, senor.
Lester San Jose, the Skeptic Tank, who's been a member for 3 months. Thank you so very much, Lester. We're gonna have a member stream in the next couple of weeks before the end of this month. Hopefully, you can be there. You're more than welcome to come up and BS with us on the panel. We have those once or twice a month. He says, fear of loss, the other side of competition, sacrificing quality for expediency. Kind of like the CCP. Hollywood has been in the appeasing, self-conscious, face-saving business. Absolutely. And that's all they care about. As long as we look good, it doesn't matter whether it's good or not. As long as we look good. As long as we get paid. Someone mentioned, somebody mentioned the people not getting paid for this stuff. All of them are paid. All the bills are paid. All the bills are paid. Whether the movie makes money or not, everybody got their payday. That doesn't hinge on these people getting paid. So the CGI artists, they got paid. They're not getting a percentage. Bree might have got a percentage. A couple of the girls might have got a percentage, and they get nothing if they got a percentage. If it doesn't make back its money, they don't get shit. And it's not. It's not going to make.
Should be. I mean, that's like, you know, Robert Downey Jr., you know, he took a chance on those movies and took percentages, and he made out like a bandit.
He made out like a bandit because he got a huge percentage of the Iron Man movies because it was locked into the deal in the contract. He knew what he was doing when he took Iron Man. He knew what he was doing. He goes, I can look like him. I can act like him. I've got that thing that he needs.
Swag.
The swagger. He knew what he was doing when he took that job. And they reversed course because of that. They changed course. He changed the course of these movies because he was only supposed to be in one movie and then kind of be like on the sidelines the next couple of movies. Remember how in Civil War he shows up and it's like, you know, I'm retired and blah, 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 and yada, yada. That's kind of what he was supposed to do in the beginning after that first movie. And you're right. Favreau stood up. I liked Favreau. I've liked Favreau for a long time. I've liked his movies. I've liked his acting. And he stood up. He stood up for him. He did. He's one of the few people who did. And I'm glad he did, because there's some really good stuff in those first movies.
Well, that movie right there is really what launched the MCU. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Punkwater says, so when I was in a band, we wanted a percentage of the bar sales and cover up a lump sum from the venue, because if the venue was out of money, they wouldn't want us back. I know guys who did that back in the day. We got to talk, Punkwater. We got to talk. I wonder if we flew in some of the same circles. I know penguins can't fly, but still. For all the girl bosses, Scorsese would provide numerous plot twists and bouts against humility.
There are ways. I mean, everybody's always talking about how we can't stand strong women and that kind of stuff. They don't seem to understand. No, we like strong women. We love strong women. We just don't like Mary Sue strong women, people that just are there because they're there, They have powers just because they have powers. There's no hero's journey anymore.
No, there's not. And that's the problem. Well, they cut that out. That's considered capitalist now. So they cut that out. They're not teaching that anymore. Except unless you go to a very, very good film school that will. And I actually heard that, what's his name? The guy with the smile that, beef, it's what's for dinner. I can't think of his name right now. Interstellar, the guy from Interstellar.
Oh, McConaughey?
McConaughey. So from what I heard, McConaughey's film school is very classically done. He has fun with his class. This is one of the hardest college classes to get into, is McConaughey's film school, but he still teaches that. He still teaches the hero's journey and the hero's story. He still teaches the classic way to tell a story. So I'll give him that.
Well, it's worked forever. I mean, you can tell right now what's not working.
Yes, you can. And it is 9:04. Guys, we're getting out of here. Mockiney's show is coming up next as soon as this is over. Go over and tune in. Tune in over there. Hang out on Friday. We're out of here, guys. We'll see you Monday. I won't be back till Monday. And next week is gonna be lean. We're gonna have the morning show, and that's it. So the morning show. No, there won't be a comic book roundtable next week. No Adega that Thursday, because that's Thanksgiving Day, but we will be here each and every morning next week. And join us on Thanksgiving morning for a stream of what we are thankful for. We're gonna have a couple of people hop on. Hopefully Dave Bob can hop on for a minute that morning. If you can't, totally understand. But we're gonna have a couple of people on that can join. So guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us. Take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And we'll see you next Friday for the weekend review here on Morning Mischief. Have a great one.
All right. Y'all have a great day, folks.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.